Probability. What is it? Good question. Luck? Chance? Well, sit back, relax, and as we try to explain, with gambling! Well, not really. We are going to be using craps, but more on that later. Now, you're probably still wondering, what is probability? Well, probability is most commonly used to determine how likely an event is to occur. The way we view probability is from the perspective of the number of events an event will occur. And from that, we compare it against the total number of outcomes. And so with this information, we'll be able to predict the absolute likeliness that the said event will occur. What does this have to do with gambling? Well, basically all events in gambling involve probability or the likelihood of a certain outcome. Most skilled poker players understand the sample spaces of the game and the probabilities associated with each hand. Thus, estimating the odds of a specific hand will guide their gambling choices. Almost all games you can find in casinos will involve probability. And understanding how this probability works might help dictate how you play, or even if you play at all. Sometimes games are created in a certain way that makes the odds work against you, so playing might not be the best option. Overall, math is your friend in these kinds of situations. Which leads us to craps. The way craps works is players bet by placing chips on the pass line on the craps layout. The pass sequence starts with a come-out roll, and the shooter rolls the dice. Pass bettors win if the roll is a 7 or an 11, and that way they win. Very nice. So, I know you must be asking now, but Joshua, how can we use probability here? Well, good question. We use tree diagrams. The way we set up the tree diagram is the first branch will be the first roll with the initial die, and then from that we'll have the second roll, which is the second dice. And so as you can see here, me writing, we come out here with a total of 36 outcomes. So looking at the probability of rolling an 11, it requires you to roll a 5 and a 6, 6 and a 5, both from the first roll and the second roll. And so what this means is that we have two combinations for rolling an 11. The probability of rolling a 5 plus a 6, or the probability of rolling a 6 plus a 5, both from the first row and the second row of the tree diagram. Because we want to make things clear, and also because Ben insulted my handwriting, here is a layout of the probability. And so, because like I said, we have two outcomes for rolling an 11, that leaves us with 2 over 36, or 5.55%. Listen, I know you're going to ask, Joshua, what about 7? Calm down, all right? We're getting to that. So rolling 7 is a little bit different. Rolling a 7 requires 6 different combinations. Rolling a 1 and a 6, a 2 and a 5, or a 3 and a 4. This was reversed as a 5 and a 2 are combined and so on. These three sets mean that for those two rolls of a 6-sided dice, there are 6 combinations for rolling a 7. And again, thank you, Ben, for insulting my handwriting. Here we have it on the tree diagram. So now looking at the actual probability, we are left with 3 out of 36, which therefore translates to, I can't do math. Hold on, 16%. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate it, buddy. So, like I said earlier, for rolling an 11, we are left with 2 combinations. It's a total of 2 out of 36. And give me a second, I take a little while. Oh, we're almost there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, round of applause. Good job, buddy. You made it. So if you look closely, you can see we're left with 2 probabilities. The probability of rolling a 6 and rolling a 5, and then our second being the probability of rolling a 5 and then rolling a 6. So like I said, 2 outcomes, which leaves us with 2 out of 36, or 5.55%. This is basically your chance of rolling an 11 in craps and winning. So now we're down to the nitty-gritty of number 7, the other number you need to roll to win. So with number 7, like I said, it's a little bit different. We have 6 different variations, or 6 different rolls. So obviously starting off strong, we can start with 1 and 6. This means you're looking at the probability of rolling a 1 and then therefore rolling a 6. Or vice versa, rolling a 6 and then rolling a 1. And then from that we're left with our second set, which is rolling a 2 and a 5, or vice versa, rolling a 5 and a 2. So basically your probability, parentheses, rolling a 2 and then rolling a 5. Close parentheses. And then after that, we are left with our third set, which is 3 and 4. So the probability of rolling a 3 and then rolling a 4, and the probability of rolling a 4 and then a 3. So then what that means is that with 2 dice, you're left with the probability of rolling a 6 out of 36 chance, or otherwise known as 16%. Quick maths. So that means you have a 16% chance of rolling a 7 and winning the craps game. So then why don't we look at the wider scope of our real life situation? So from this, we need to look at the general probability involved with craps as a whole. For figuring out the probability of rolling either a 7 or an 11, one simply has to add the probabilities of both outcomes. We know that there is a 2 out of 36 chance for rolling an 11, and there is a 6 out of 36 chance of rolling a 7. The two combined is 8 out of 36, simplified down to 2 out of 9, which is around 22% chance of rolling either one. One can illustrate this in a different way by adding the percentages or either outcomes. It's basically the same thing, and the steps are moved around slightly. And so there you have it. When we break down each probability of rolling a die, we need to look at mainly the tree diagram and rolling the first branch and then rolling the second branch with each die. So we are left with these various probabilities that tell us what are our chances of rolling a 7 or 11, and mainly what are our chances of winning said game of craps. And now we come to my favorite segment, me trying to roll 7s for at least 10 minutes. Well, mostly 7s.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. Going new, and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me. Whoa.
You see, you thought I couldn't roll a 7. No, he's not kidding. It actually took forever. Which I think adds to our point about probability and how you should not play these games at casinos. Unless you're feeling really, really lucky. But back to the video. I'm not counting them. What is this? Liam. You kept this in? Why'd you keep this in? Sorry. This isn't part of it. Whoa, what? So in conclusion, probability helps gamblers gauge the likelihood of receiving desired outcomes. But don't forget, kids, please, we do not condone gambling. It is still a game of chance. Please don't ever forget that. You are more likely to receive an undesired outcome than a desired one. Don't gamble. It ruins lives. Signing off.